As promised in the previous video, we're going to talk about the reverse juicer, and I freaking love the reverse juicer. This strategy is reserved for stocks and ETFs that we're extremely bullish on. Let me show you a live example of a trade that I sent to my Ko-Fi community. Last week on April 16th, I published this post saying that I added significantly to my IBIT ETF shares without any covered calls, with the plan of adding on the covered calls to my shares position several days later, when Bitcoin reaches the anchored VWAP resistance at $90,000. And the reason for that was I didn't want to cap my upside. Not only had Bitcoin broken out of a channel that started forming several months ago, but the price stayed above that channel for several days, and there was a period of consolidation or volume contraction signifying bullish pressure. I'm talking about this zone right over here. We also saw a test of a major level right around 74,000, which coincides with a major breakout from 2024. This recipe rarely happens, but when it does, this is the strategy to use. Once Bitcoin broke out of this consolidation zone, I sent another post to my members explaining when and where to add those covered calls for maximum premium. The absolute best time for covered calls on a naked shares position is when price has strong momentum and is at resistance levels. That's the recipe. Bitcoin happened to blow right past the $90,000 price level this time, but we had no way to predict that exact outcome. And the covered call premium is so juicy this week that it's not too far off from what the added capital appreciation would have yielded. Check this out. I received almost $200 per contract for my IBIT ETF covered calls, and that's for a 3 DTE. A 3 DTE. Let that sink in. Look, if you're not an option seller in this market, then what are you doing? That's a monthly return on capital of almost 30%, and it does not require the underlying stock to move up. Let that sink in. Anyway, hit me up with any questions in the comments and let me know what kind of video you want to see next. I'll see you when I see ya.